It's a crisp evening at Fenway Park, the crowd buzzing with anticipation as the Red Sox cling to a one-run lead in the ninth. Out strides Luis Guerrero, a young fireball with a fastball that screams at 97.5 miles per hour and a slider that leaves hitters baffled. Last season, he dazzled us with 10 scoreless innings in his MLB debut. 0 runs, folks. Now, in 2025 spring training, he's striking out batters left and right, hinting at something big. Could this be the guy to lock down games for the new Boston Red Sox? A year ago, we wondered if he'd ever tame his wild side, but today, the story's shifting. His command sharper, his confidence is soaring, and the buzz is real. Is Guerrero the future closer we've been dreaming of? Stick around as we unravel this Red Sox tale, packed with twists and hope for 2025. Hey fans, what's your take? Drop a comment, hit that like, and subscribe to join our journey to 1K subs. Let's grow this Red Sox family together. Greeting the Red Sox faithful. Hey there, Red Sox Nation. What's going on, everybody? Imagine our narrator stepping into the spotlight, a big grin on his face, waving to all you passionate fans out there. Whether you're rocking your Red Sox cap at Fenway or cheering from your couch, welcome back to our little corner of Boston news. Today, we're diving into a story that's got us all buzzing about the new Boston Red Sox, and we're so glad you're here to join the ride. Our narrator adjusts his imaginary headset, leaning in like he's about to spill some juicy clubhouse gossip. You see, folks, the Red Sox have been on a roller coaster these past few years, haven't they? From World Series highs to those tough non-playoff seasons, we stuck by them through thick and thin. And today, we're talking about a spark of hope, a prospect who might just change the game for us. So, grab your popcorn, your favorite snack, or maybe a cold one. It's time to settle in for some storytelling, Red Sox style. Our narrator's voice rises with excitement as he sets the scene. Picture Fenway under the lights, the smell of hot dogs in the air, and a pitcher ready to make history. Who's that pitcher, you ask? Well, we're getting there, but first, let's connect with you all out there. How's everyone feeling about the new Boston Red Sox heading into 2025? Are you pumped for a comeback season? Drop a quick yes or no in the comments. I want to hear from every corner of Red Sox Nation. Our narrator pauses, giving you a moment to chime in, because this isn't just a story, it's ours. Now, before we jump into the heart of today's Boston news, here's a little challenge. We're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers. Imagine our narrator holding up a big sign, 1K or bust. If you love Red Sox content like this, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's grow this channel together and keep the Red Sox spirit alive. Our narrator winks at the camera, full of energy. You see, every click, every sub, helps us bring you more stories like the one we're about to tell. It's about a guy who's turning heads and raising hopes. Someone who could be the future of our bullpen. Any guesses who it might be? I'll give you a hint. His name starts with an L and ends with U.S. Guerrero. All right, folks, let's not keep you waiting any longer. Our narrator claps his hands, ready to dive in. We got a tale to spin about the Red Sox, a prospect on a rise, and a question that's got us all thinking. So, stick with me, because this is where the fun begins. What do you say, ready to roll? What's your first thought when you hear Red Sox closer? Tell me in the comments. I'm all ears, and we'll circle back to your ideas later. Our narrator leans back, leaving space for your voice, because Red Sox fans, you're the heartbeat of the story. Let's get started. The big question, is Luis Guerrero the future? Here's the million-dollar question, Red Sox fans. Could Luis Guerrero be the future closer for new Boston Red Sox? Our narrator leans forward, eyes wide, like he's about to reveal a secret that's been whispered around the green monster. It's March 4th, 2025, and the buzz around this kid is electric. Let's unpack why this matters. Imagine our narrator stepping onto a virtual mound, mimicking a pitcher's wind-up. A year and a half ago, Guerrero was just a name in the minors, a prospect with big potential but some rough edges. Back then, we wondered if he'd ever harness his wild arm. Fast forward to today, and this guy's got us dreaming of clutch ninth-inning saves at Fenway. Picture this. Late 2024, Guerrero steps into the big leagues for the first time. Our narrator's voice drops to a hush building suspense. 10 innings, 9 appearances, and not a single earned run. Zero. Zilch. Nada. The crowd roars in his memory, and even our narrator can't help but cheer. That's the kind of debut that makes you sit up and take notice, right? But here's where it gets juicy, folks. Our narrator pulls out an imaginary stat sheet, waving it with flair. His fastball? A blazing 97.5 miles per hour, top tier in the league. His slider? Hitters swung and missed like they were chasing ghosts. And the stats don't lie. His FIP was a tiny 1.97, his whip a stingy 0.8. Small sample size, sure, but what a way to say hello to MLB. Now, let's rewind a bit. Our narrator paces the stage, setting up the stakes. The Red Sox bullpen last year? A mess, especially in the second half. Remember those games where we held our breath, hoping the lead wouldn't slip away? Guerrero was a rare bright spot, a glimmer of hope when things got dark. So, here's where you come in, Red Sox faithful. Our narrator points to the camera, engaging you directly. Does a debut like that convince you he's got closer potential? Or is it too early to crown him? I want your hot takes. Drop them below, because this story's just heating up. Our narrator smiles, teasing the next twist. See, it's not just about those 10 innings. It's about what's happening right now in spring training 2025. Guerrero's out there, striking out batters like it's his job, spoiler. It might be soon. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about what's changed since 2023. What's one word you'd use to describe Guerrero's debut? Electric? Promising? Hit me with it in the comments, and let's see if we're on the same page. Red Sox Nation. From wild card to command king. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Folks, our narrator pulls out a dusty old baseball cap, pretending it's from 2023. Back then, Luis Guerrero was a Red Sox prospect with rocket arm, but a bit of a wild streak. His stuff was filthy, but his command? Well, it was like trying to herd cats. Picture Guerrero on the mound in Double-A, circa 2023. Our narrator mimics his wind-up again, this time with a playful stumble. He had a strikeout rate of 11.26 per 9. Awesome. Home runs? Just 0.5 per 9, stellar. But then came the walks. 6.13 per 9. Over 15% of batters getting a free pass. Oof. That's a red flag for any pitcher, right? Our narrator shrugs, setting the scene. That walk rate had Red Sox fans like us biting our nails. Could he handle MLB hitters if he couldn't find the zone? In 2024, AAA wasn't much kinder. 5.3 walks per 9, still too high for comfort. The new Boston Red Sox needed reliability, not a gamble. But here's the plot twist, folks. Our narrator's eyes light up, like he's just spotted a grand slam soaring over the wall. Last season, in those 10 MLB innings, Guerrero's walk rate plummeted to 1.8 per 9, just 2 walks total. Suddenly, this wild card was painting the corners like a pro. Fast forward to spring training 2025. Our narrator grabs pretend mic, calling the action. 3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit. He's facing minor leaguers, sure, but he's making them look silly. The command's clicking, and the Red Sox faithful are starting to believe. Our narrator leans in, whispering conspiratorially. Is this the real deal, or just a hot streak? 13 innings of control versus 50-plus of wildness. It's a small sample, but it's tantalizing. Could Guerrero be turning the corner for the new Boston Red Sox? That's the question buzzing through camp. So, what do you think, fans? Our narrator tosses the ball to you. Has Guerrero cracked the command code? Or are we getting ahead of ourselves? Drop your thoughts below. I'm dying to hear if you're as hyped as I am. One quick prediction. How many walks do you think Guerrero allows in 2025? Give me a number in the comments, and let's see who's closest by season's end. The bullpen blues of 2024. Let's set the stage, Red Sox Nation. Our narrator dims the lights, taking us back to 2024. The Red Sox bullpen was like a horror movie. Great at first, then a total meltdown. Early on, we were untouchable, but by summer, it was a free-for-all for opposing hitters. Picture those late innings, folks. Our narrator clutches his chest, reliving the stress. A 1-run lead, bases loaded, and our relievers looking lost. Walks, bombs, blown saves. It was brutal. Boston news headlines screamed about our bullpen woes, and we fans felt every gut punch. But amidst the chaos, a hero emerged. Our narrator's tone shifts, a smile breaking through. Luis Guerrero stepped up in September, a rookie with ice in his veins. 9 games, 10 innings, 0 runs. It was like a cold drink on a hot day for the new Boston Red Sox. Our narrator chuckles, shaking his head. The rest of the pen? A dumpster fire. But Guerrero, alongside guys like Greg Wiesert and Zach Penrod, gave us something to cheer for. He wasn't just surviving, he was thriving, a beacon in the bullpen storm. Now, imagine this. Fenway, bottom of the 9th, tie game. Our narrator paints the scene vividly. Guerrero jogs in, the crowd buzzing. He strikes out the side, and we're on our feet. That's the dream, right? A glimpse of what could be for the Red Sox in 2025. Our narrator sighs, reflecting on the past. That 2024 bullpen collapse? It's why Guerrero's rise matters. The new Boston Red Sox can't afford another season of late-inning heartbreak. We need a closer we can trust. Could he be the guy? What's your wildest bullpen memory from 2024, good or bad? Our narrator points to you. Share it below. I bet we've all got stories that'd make a pitcher blush. How clutch do you think Guerrero can be? Tell me, 9th inning, bases loaded. Who's your guy? Let's debate it in the comments. Spring training spotlight. All right, let's fast forward to now, March 2025, Fort Myers, Florida. Our narrator steps into the sunshine, soaking in the spring training vibe. The new Boston Red Sox are back at it, and all eyes are on Luis Guerrero. This kid's lighting up camp, and we're here for it. Imagine the scene. Guerrero on the mound, sweat dripping, fastball humming. Our narrator calls it play-by-play. 3 innings, 3 games, 6 strikeouts out of 11 batters faced. 1 hit, 1 walk. He's not facing all-stars yet, but he's making hitters look like they forgot how to swing. Our narrator grins, hyping the moment. That fastball? Still 97.5 miles per hour. Popping gloves like firecrackers. The slider? A disappearing act. Red Sox fans are whispering his name, and Boston news outlets are starting to take notice. This could be big. But here's the catch, folks. Our narrator raises a finger, adding a twist. It's early, real early. These are spring stats, against guys fighting for roster spots, not MVPs. Still, the poise, the command, it's got us dreaming of what Guerrero could do in the regular season. Picture him at Fenway. Opening day. Our narrator's voice swells with hope. The crowd chanting, "Louis, Louis," as he shuts down the 9th. That's the vision the new Boston Red Sox are chasing. And spring training's the first chapter of that story. Our narrator winks, keeping it real. Small sample sizes can fool us. We've been burned before. But Guerrero's trend is upward, and that's what counts. Could this be the year he cements his spot with the Red Sox? We're watching every pitch to find out. What's your spring training hype level for Guerrero? Our narrator's all ears. Scale of 1 to 10, drop below. Let's see how fired up Red Sox Nation is. Any bold predictions for his spring stats? Strikeouts, walks. Give me your best guess in comments, and let's compare notes later. Hey, Red Sox family. Our narrator stops, waving at the camera. We're halfway through this wild ride. How's it going so far? If you're loving this deep dive into the new Boston Red Sox and Luis Guerrero, smash that like button right now. It's the best way to tell me you're vibing with this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Join us on the road to 1K subs. Hit that button and let's keep the Red Sox love flowing. Back to the story, the closer competition. So, here's the big hurdle, folks. Our narrator steps up to a chalkboard, drawing a bullpen lineup. If Luis Guerrero's the future closer for the new Boston Red Sox, who's he got to outshine? Spring training 2025's got a showdown brewing, and it's a doozy. Picture the contenders, Aroldis Chapman and Liam Hendricks. Our narrator scribbles their names with flair. Chapman's a legend, 100 miles per hour heat, World Series cred. Hendricks, a comeback king with closer chops. These guys aren't handing over the ninth inning without a fight. Our narrator paces, setting the stakes. Both are on one-year deals for 2025. Big names, big experience. Boston news buzzed when the Red Sox signed them, banking on their veteran savvy to fix our bullpen blues. Guerrero? He's the underdog. The rookie was something to prove. But here's the twist, fans. Our narrator leans in, voice low. Chapman's not the untouchable flamethrower he once was. Age catches us all. Hendricks? He's been sidelined, battling back from injury. Could Guerrero sneak in if one stumbles? It's not crazy to think so. Imagine this. Mid-2025, an injury hits. Our narrator paints the drama. Guerrero gets a call, ninth inning, game on the line. He slams the door, and suddenly, the Red Sox have a new closer. That's the dream scenario floating around Fenway right now. Our narrator shrugs, keeping it balanced. Realistically, 2025 might not be Guerrero's year to close out of the gate. Chapman or Hendricks will likely start there. But with short contracts and aging arms, the door's cracked open for new Boston Red Sox's young gun. What's your pick for opening day closer? Our narrator tosses it to you. Chapman, Hendricks, or a wild card like Guerrero? Drop it below. Let's see who Red Sox Nation trusts. If Guerrero doesn't close in 2025, when do you see it happening? Give me a year in the comments. I'm curious how patient you think we should be. Where does he start in 2025? All right, decision time, Red Sox fans. Our narrator rolls up his sleeves, diving into strategy. Where do the new Boston Red Sox place Luis Guerrero to kick off 2025? Two paths lie ahead, and each one's got its own flavor. Let's break it down. Option 1, the 26-man roster. Our narrator holds up a jersey, beaming. Guerrero's earned it. 10 scoreless innings in 24, a hot spring in 25. Stick him in low-leverage spots. Say, up 2 runs in the 6th. He'd face MLB hitters, grow his game, and stay ready for bigger moments. Picture him jogging out at Fenway, April 2025. Our narrator's voice rises with excitement. He's not closing yet, but he's learning the ropes against the best. Every strikeout builds confidence. Every outing a step toward that ninth inning spotlight. It's a slow burn, but a smart one. Option 2, AAA. Our narrator flips the script, pulling out a Worcester cap. Start him the minors. Let him dominate as a closer there. High leverage innings, bases loaded jams. He'd get the reps to prove his command's legit, turning 13 good innings into 50. Imagine Guerrero in Worcester, shutting down ninth after ninth. Our narrator mimics a save, pumping his fist. The Red Sox watch, waiting for consistency. If he keeps the walks low, he's a call-up away from Boston. It's cautious, but it could pay off big. Our narrator scratches his head, weighing it out. Roster spot means instant growth. AAA means more proof. Boston news insiders are split. Some say he's ready. Others want more data. Me? I'm torn, but I'm leaning toward the bigs. He's shown enough guts for it. What's your call, Red Sox Nation? Our narrator points at you. 26-man roster or AAA to start 2025. Drop your vote below. I want to see where you stand. Which path makes Guerrero a better closer long-term? Tell me in the comments. Let's play GM for a day and figure this out together. Why Guerrero's rise matters. Let's zoom out, folks. Our narrator steps back, gazing at the bigger picture. Why does Luis Guerrero's journey matter to the new Boston Red Sox? It's more than just a hot arm. It's about hope, grit, and rewriting our bullpen story. Think back to those 2024 meltdowns. Our narrator's voice softens, recalling the pain. Blown saves, stole wins, and Red Sox fans deserve better. Guerrero's not just a pitcher, he's a symbol of the fight back, a kid from the farm system who could turn our late-inning luck around. Our narrator grins, highlighting the upside. Velocity? Check. 97.5 miles per hour heat. Swing and miss stuff? Check. Sliders and changeups that dazzle. Command trending up? Check. Fewer walks than ever. He's got the tools to be a Red Sox closer, and that's gold in Boston news right now. Picture the future. 2026, Guerrero locking down games. Our narrator dreams aloud. Chapman and Hendricks move on, and he steps up, Fenway erupting as he notches save after save. The new Boston Red Sox could build a bullpen dynasty around him, and it starts this year. But it's not just stats, folks. Our narrator's tone turns warm. Guerrero's got swagger, that closer's edge. You see it in his stare, his strut off the mound. Red Sox Nation loves a guy with heart, and he's showing it every pitch. Win or lose, he's all in. Our narrator nods, tying together. This matters because we're tired of almost. The Red Sox need a spark, a homegrown hero to carry us back to glory. Guerrero's rise isn't just about 2025. It's about the next decade of Boston baseball. What's the one trait you want in a Red Sox closer? Our narrator's curious. Gut stuff or smarts? Drop it below. Let's define our perfect ninth-inning guy. How long until Guerrero's a household name? Give me your timeline in the comments. I'm betting he's big by 2026. What about you? Your voice in this story. All right, Red Sox Nation, this one's all about you. Our narrator spins around, shining the spotlight on the fans. Guerrero's tale isn't just his. It's ours. You're the pulse of this team, and your passion's driving this Boston news narrative. Imagine Fenway rocking, 37,000 strong, chanting for Guerrero. Our narrator pumps up the crowd noise. That's the energy he feeds off, the roar that could push him from prospect to closer. Every cheer, every sweet Caroline, it's fuel for the new Boston Red Sox. Our narrator gets personal, leaning in. Remember texting your buddies about his debut? Or jumping off the couch when he struck out that last batter in 24. Those moments bond us. Red Sox fans don't just watch. We live this team, inning by inning. So let's dream together, folks. Our narrator paints a fan's vision. Guerrero closing out a playoff game. October 2025, bases loaded, 2 outs. He fires a 98 miles per hour fastball. Strike 3, game over. We're screaming, hugging strangers. Could that be our future? Our narrator laughs, keeping it light. Or maybe you're just hoping he doesn't walk the leadoff guy. Fair enough, we've seen that movie. Either way, your voice shapes the story. Boston News might report it, but Red Sox fans are at the heart of it. What's your Guerrero moment so far? Our narrator's all ears. First time you saw him pitch, or stat that blew you away. Share below. Let's relive it together. How do you cheer on prospects like him? Drop your rituals in the comments. Lucky Sox. A pre-game toast? I want the full Red Sox fan playbook. One last thing. What's your 2025 Red Sox wish? Guerrero closing, playoffs a ring? Tell me below. Let's manifest it, Red Sox Nation. Wrapping up the road ahead. Here we are, Red Sox fans. The end of this tale, but just a start for Luis Guerrero. Our narrator takes a deep breath, wrapping up with hope. It's March 4th, 2025, and the new Boston Red Sox are gearing up for a season that could change everything. Guerrero included. Picture the journey. From a wild arm in 23 to a command artist in 25. Our narrator recaps with pride. 10 scoreless innings in 24. A scorching spring now. He's not a sure thing yet, but he's knocking on the door. Could he be our closer by 2026? The signs are there. Our narrator smiles, looking ahead. The Red Sox have options. Chapman, Hendricks, or Guerrero waiting in the wings. Boston News will track every pitch, but we fans will feel it. The highs, the lows, the nail-biters. This is our team, and Guerrero's part of the ride. So here's the call, folks. Our narrator claps, rallying you. Hit that like button if you're pumped for Guerrero and the new Boston Red Sox. Let's get this video buzzing. Subscribe now. We're chasing 1K subs, and I need you to make it happen. Let's grow this Red Sox family. Imagine our narrator holding up a thank you sign. Every comment, every view, it's how we keep Boston News alive with Red Sox stories. Tell me below, are you sold on Guerrero as our future closer? Or do you need more proof? I'm reading every word. What's your 2025 prediction for him? Saves, strikeouts, roll? Our narrator's hyped. Drop your stats in the comments. Let's see who nails it by October. Guerrero's story's unfolding, and we're here for every chapter. Stay tuned, Red Sox Nation. Our narrator waves. Wrapping it up, thanks for riding along. Folks, this is our game, our team, our hope. Hit like, sub up, and let's keep talking Red Sox. See you in the next one. Final question. Where's Guerrero by season's end? Closer, setup, or still growing? Tell me below, and let's dream big for the new Boston Red Sox.